Hi, this is Tracey from GiftBasketAppeal, and today we're going to make a simple paper rosette. So let's get started. In order to create this rosette, I'm going to be using this trim and scoreboard from We Are Memory Keepers, and so far I'm liking it. This is my first time actually creating a few projects with it. I am going to be taking some of this decorative paper, so it's very lightweight, but you can also use cardstock. So this was a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and I like the way it has that little sparkle on it, so I thought that would be really pretty. And so I do have a scoring tool with this. Think of this board as a paper trimmer along with a scoreboard in one. And the nice thing is that this actually can fold out and become smaller, so it folds up. So if you were traveling, let me just show you real quick. It's got these little levers right here. You pop those out and it folds down to become smaller. So I thought that was pretty convenient. So that's one of the things I really like about it. So if I'm going somewhere, I can actually take this with me and it turns into a 12 by 12 scoreboard. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper, and this I cut 1.5 inches. Now you can make it larger, of course. If you cut it larger, your rosette is going to be bigger. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to score it. Now this has a little flip here. In order for me to score this, I need to put it right here so I can just bump it up to the edge there. And then here are my measurements right here, which is really nice. So I'm going to just score it at the 1/4 mark. So 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1 inch. So I'm just going to keep going and score that. I just want to hold this down like that because my paper starts to curl up. So we're going to need to fan fold this. So I really want you to see what I'm doing here. I just went over a little bit too far in between there, but that's okay. I'll remember where I'm going to fan fold it at. So I'm just lightly pressing down. And this paper is very light. So that's the nice thing about it, is that you don't have to put a lot of pressure. If I was using something like a cardstock, maybe a heavier weight cardstock, I'd probably have to push it down more. But this is perfect. Okay, so just moving this over so I can see it pretty good. And it's still lined up. Just going right over to the edge here. Every 1/4 inch. And let's see if you can see that. Maybe on this side you might be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, so wherever I scored it, I just move this out the way. Now I'm going to just kind of fan fold it back and forth on those score marks. And this paper is so pretty. I love that pink and kind of a blush pink and gold with the white. I'm just pressing it together so I get a nice crease. And I've got my hot glue gun ready to go here. And you don't have to do it this long at the 12 inches. You can do it shorter. You can actually cut it across 1 inch or even 1/2 inch. It's just up to you. I'll show you a couple of those that I did at the end, that I did some smaller ones, so I had to practice this. because I'm used to doing my rosettes with the cupcake liner. So, but this just gives you another option. Okay, so once it's like that, I'm just going to move this out of the way here so you can see this. Okay, so you see how that is? Now I got to connect both of these together on here. So both sides are facing down. I need one of those sides to be facing up. So I'm just going to kind of cut that off. Just that little edge there. Because you want this to be able to tuck underneath just like this. So you see how that is? Just want it to be able to tuck neatly underneath there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue on there. And of course, be careful. And we're going to let that dry. Let that set a little bit there. I'm just squeezing it together. So that's what it should look like. Now you're going to, I use 2 circles on this, one for the front and one for the back. And I just used some packaging to cut my circles out. This is I just used my 1-inch circle punch for this. And so now what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of squeeze this in, just like this, and that creates the fan. You see how easy that was? You're just taking this and squeezing it right in just gently, and so it lays flat like that. And so you're going to be very careful with your glue gun. And I'm just doing this, you know, kind of winging it here. And I just put some glue on there, and I'm just going to hold this down. Now, if you want, you just be careful. I'm going to use this right here to hold that down till it dries. I feel like I'm swatting a fly here. And look how absolutely adorable. Quick and simple to do. I'm just going to flip it over. Put some glue on this side. I just want to have that reinforcement. Now, if you want, you can do bigger circles. For the back or the front, I'm going to be keeping it simple. I'm just going to add a flower to this. Look how cute that is. Look how pretty. I see party decoration ideas with this. Okay, so now I got some flowers, and look how pretty that flower with that little pink on it. I'm just going to hot glue that flower right onto the top there. And this flower does have a little sticky thing on it, but I'm going to just add something to it. And you can do this however you want. You can decorate it with whatever you want. I know some people use the straws and stick a straw through there, and then they have a nice little decoration, party decoration. Yeah, I see some big ones for a birthday party or some kind of celebration, graduation party. Maybe some colors, themes you want to do. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. That's cute. Now I usually do the ones with the cupcake holders, but I'm really liking these. So let me show you what I did. I had a few little cupcake holders. So that's what this is. I took the cupcake holder and just kind of cut out the inside and did the same thing, pressing it together, and then I put a backing on it. I put a large backing on this. I was just kind of seeing how it would come out. And then I did do a smaller, I had some cardstock, and I did a smaller rosette right here and layered it, and then added a flower on top. So here's the flowers that I had that I added to the top there. So just showing you different variations. Here's another one I did. This right here is actually a cupcake liner. This little flower pattern in here is the middle part of a cupcake liner. And so I took See if I can find something. Let's show you what I did. I took a piece of cardstock and put it as the backing for this area right here, that little pink, and then I put some stitching around it. And that, of course, added a flower. And then I thought, you know what? I used the 2-inch, I cut out a 2-inch piece of cardstock. So it was 2 inches by 12. And I used that cardstock as the backing and did the same type. I made a rosette for that. And then I just stuck a Dollar Tree butterfly in there. Look how adorable that is. There's just so many different things you can do with that. Here's another one using the same paper. And then I had some of this shiny paper. This is actually packaging from like a candy bar or something, some kind of packaging that some candy came in, and I said, you know what, this is really pretty and shiny. So I saved that, cut out a circle, and put it on the back of this because it's got that same sparkly feel to it. And then I popped the flower on there, so that's what it looks like with that one. So 2 different types. Just kind of showing you different options there. And here's another one where I took the cardstock and then some more decorative paper and layered them with a larger rosette and a smaller rosette. And look how pretty that is. That gave it dimension, and pop a flower on there. Really pretty, and that's what the back looks like for that. So now I know some people will flatten out the straw and just kind of put it in between there, or glue it somehow or tape it on. I think that's another nice idea. So I'm just trying to show you so many different ideas that you can do. Here's one really tiny one I wanted to see. This is a great way to use up those scraps. So this is another wonderful craft idea to use up scraps and make something pretty. And all I did is put a flat back pearl right in the middle on that one. And that's just around the box from some kind of cereal box or something. Here's one that I was playing around with. I didn't add anything to it yet, but look how pretty that is. This is the same type of paper. Just add the flower to it. Look how pretty that is. This will be a great card embellishment. These little ones, great for adding to your cards. Another one. So many ideas that came up. So I really had a lot of fun making these. Here's another one with a larger pearl on it. See, so you just don't be afraid to experiment with these. And so this is my first time using the scoreboard to create these. So I'm going to be having lots of fun creating stuff. And so I was practicing, and then I had a happy accident, let's say that, and then I ended up making this fan. I popped a flower on it. There were 2 pieces. They came apart. I was trying to kind of do one of the rosettes here, and it came apart. And so I said, you know, I'm going to still save it. Stick a flower on there right in the middle, and I'm going to use this for some type of embellishment. I have no idea what yet, but it's going into my stash to use later on. So I hope you like this. Go ahead. Don't be afraid to try this out. It can become quite addicting, I have to admit. I really enjoyed doing this. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you real soon. Oh yeah, and I will make sure that I put the link to that scoreboard below in the description box. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.